In today's video, I'm going to review with you 12 things that you might not know about Arizona, about our homes, and just in general about living in Phoenix. So stay tuned. And if you know me at all, you know that the 12 might turn into 13, 14, or 15 because I get passionate and I get rolling and I just throw a couple extra things in there as they pop into my head. I don't script my videos, so everything is coming from my knowledge of 23 years of experience here in the Valley selling real estate and being a Valley native. Stay tuned for the video. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate. So welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Kelley Norton, and I'm a Valley native and a real estate agent of over 23 years. Some people know me as the AZ Realty lady, and others know me as the owner of the Arizona Living Group. And we're a team that help people relocate to or within the Phoenix and surrounding areas. And we get a lot of questions, a lot of things that people notice that our homes and our area has that the areas they're moving from and relocating from don't. So today I am going to review with you some of those things so that you aren't surprised when you take your visit out here. So let's start with the home itself. So our homes here do have electric panels outside. And a lot of folks, especially East Coast, Midwest, you are not used to that. You guys always say, oh my gosh, why do you have these electrical panels outside? And you know what? Most home inspectors, home builders, none of them actually know the answer to it. So I can't give you the answer to that. But I will tell you, it is something you see everywhere in Arizona. Sometimes in a manufactured home, you'll actually have it on the inside, but any single family residence, it's gonna be on the outside. Condos, townhomes, those can be a little different. But when we are talking about a home that is detached, it's gonna be on the outside. Now, something that a lot of people worry about is, oh my gosh, well, what if there's a kid that's gonna come and flip the breakers off? And it rarely happens. Our water shutoffs, those are on the outside as well. So sure, you might have that happen. I have only heard of it happening twice my whole life. It's never happened to me, but I hear stories from people and it's just kids having fun. It's not a big deal. You go out, you flip it. You can also put a lock on it, but they're not really big on you putting a lock on your electrical panels. So they want to make sure they have access to that, especially, you know, if there's a fire or something, they want to make sure they can get to that really easily. So not big on putting locks on it. It's not a big deal. Outside, that's what you can expect in Arizona for your water and your electric panel. So again, with the house, let's talk about the roof structures. So if you're buying a home that's built 1980s and earlier, you're going to notice that most of those are going to be asphalt shingle roofs, which a lot of people are used to that in other parts of the country. And if you're buying something that's late 80s, it may have a clay tile roof, and that's more of that kind of Spanish tile. But all of the more recent homes, those are all going to have a concrete tile roof. So this is not the part of the roof that has to be replaced often. Actually, the tile typically has a lifetime warranty. It's that underlayment that is underneath there that the tile is just shedding the water off. And then that underlayment, that's the part that you'd have to replace anywhere from 20 to 30 years, depending on how you've cared for your roof. Now in Arizona, really caring for your roof just means keeping leaves and debris off of the roof, making sure that water can drain down those grooves in the tiles and get off of the roof so that it's not going underneath to that felt underlayment. So really it's making sure that also tiles aren't slipped out of place, and don't have people walk on your roof unless they have to, because if you break those tiles and they start to expose that underlayment, then you could really age your roof a lot faster. So just some little tips and tricks there on what to expect with roofs in Arizona as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about termites. So a lot of people are scared to death of termites. Our termites here are subterranean termites. They are different than the termites that you have in super moist climates, and the type, I always joke about it and say they're not the kind that you see in the cartoon that attack the house and then all of a sudden the house falls down. It's not that type of a termite. So these guys live in the dirt. They come up and they'll eat a little bit, and they'll create like a little dust. It looks like a little dirt tube up the side of your house. Occasionally you could see evidence of them that looks like a dust bunny tube or something hanging from the ceiling. Those are how they're traveling. So they're inside those. Now, these termites are slow going. You can call any pest control company and they will explain to you that if you just treat for them, they'll go away. They may come back. Houses here have them. These pest control guys, they joke about it. They'll say that you either have had them in the past, will get them in the future, or you currently have them now. So to treat for those, it's not just a bug spray. Although they are kind of more of like a common pest here, we do drill for those. So putting either bait stations out or drilling is the way to treat for those. And most of the time, these companies will give a 1, 2, or 5-year warranty, and then they'll come out and retreat. So termites here, not as dangerous as they are in other places. So if they come up on the inspection, which is very common, we just treat them and ask for a warranty for that. All right, so cruising right along. Number 4 here, hot water heaters. Our hot water heaters are typically in the garages in Arizona. In the older homes, sometimes you'll find them inside or outside on the back patios or in a shed that's attached to the house. There used to be little storage rooms in the homes that are built in the 60s and 70s. But in the more recent builds, you are going to have hot water heaters in the garage. And a lot of the builders are doing the tankless hot water heaters as an included feature. Others will allow you to purchase that as an upgrade. 5 is going to be talking about storage space, attic space, crawl spaces. So in Arizona, you really aren't going to have any crawl spaces. There's a few homes that will have basements, not that many because our ground is a lot harder here, so much more expensive if you're building down. So typically they'll go up. So we have attics, but I don't recommend that you store a lot up in that attic. It gets very hot. And most of these homes are not built for storage to be in your attic. So maybe think about that when you're purchasing. Maybe look for something that has an additional garage. So maybe a 3-car garage versus just a 2-car garage. And we do have garages that are tandem as well. So instead of having side by side a single bay and 2 bays, it's where you actually drive through to that 3rd bay. So a lot of people use those for storage. Another thing that a lot of people will ask about is hard water, if they should have a water softener. So this is number 6. This is going to be the last item we talk about that is home related. So most of the people here do find that a water softener is necessary. There are some websites where you can go on and you can actually see what areas have hard water, and it'll show you, kind of a rating from one area to the next. And any of this type of information that we can help you with, please feel free to reach out. Calling or texting is the best way to reach, but you can also hit contact us on the website. So we have a lot of these little tips and tricks and different websites, and we have a bunch of comparison charts and all sorts of good stuff to help our clients that are working with us to find their homes. So as far as the hard water, it's getting a water softener. What this is going to do is it's going to take out a lot of the crap that's in the water that makes it hard and leaves residue on your clothing. It's better for your skin, better for your hair, helps your color in your hair last longer. It's also going to help preserve the color in your clothes. And if you think about all of your fixtures, so all of your faucets and anywhere that the water comes out of in the home, it's going to help those as well. It's going to help have those last longer for you. So a lot of times when we're at home inspections, they'll see buildup around those faucets. And most of the time that is caused by hard water. So getting a water softener is great. Most of the new homes are pre-plumbed for a water softener. But if it's not, that's an upgrade that is well worth it. Now, just to make sure you understand, water softener is different than reverse osmosis. The RO is what you would drink. The water softener is for all of the other places that you get water, your bathtub, your laundry, all of that. So just to help you understand the difference there. All right, so now let's go out into the community a little bit and let's talk about some of the differences out there. So number one, no toll roads here. We have an HOV lane. Now, if you have a Tesla or you have an electric vehicle, you can definitely use those. But we do not have toll roads here, just HOV. So you can decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I tend to think that it's pretty cool. I've been in places where there are just toll roads and they confuse me, not sure as a visitor when what I can use, what I can't. Here it's pretty simple, HOV, and it's posted right there, times and what the rules are, so it's very simple. While we're talking about roads, let's jump on to number 8. So the great thing about the valley is, for the most part, we are just one big giant grid. So when you are trying to drive around, you can oftentimes take the same road for 20, 25 miles across town and not have to get on a freeway if you don't want to. There are freeways for you to use, but that is the great thing about the valley, is it's a big giant grid. You can start in one point and be far west and end up far east, usually staying on one road. Occasionally, just depending if you're south or north, you might need to jump up into another road. There's also very easy ways to know if you're East Valley or West Valley. Streets are going to be east of Central, avenues west of Central. There's a lot of other little tips and tricks that we can go over, but that's the easiest one. So if someone says that they're, 7th Avenue and Bell Road, Bell happens to be in the North Phoenix area, but 7th Avenue just means that they are just west of Central. That's considered the Northwest Valley. Good news, in Arizona, you don't have the risk of the hurricanes and a lot of the crazy weather issues that you have that cause insurance to be higher in a lot of the states. So we do have lower homeowners insurance rates here. And in some areas, you may be required to get flood insurance, but we will help you with determining if you are in a flood risk area where your lender might require flood insurance. Now, it's always an option for you to get flood insurance, even if you're not in one of the floodplains, but that's certainly up to you. But let's give you an example here. I have a client that's moving from Texas. Their insurance there was about $10,000 annually, and the home that they were purchasing in Arizona was going to be $1,200 to $1,500 annually were the quotes that they were getting. All right, well, here's another one for you. Number 10. Let's say you are in an HOA and you want palm trees. And you want a palm tree in your front yard. You've always dreamed of having a palm tree. Some HOAs will not let you. So it's very important for you to know that when you're in a homeowners association, during that due diligence period, we want to make sure that you do review all of the rules. That way you know if there is some type of architectural requirement, which they usually have that be part of that, all your landscaping options. So sometimes they'll require a certain amount of trees, a certain amount of plants, and they can dictate what type of trees and plants you have. Sometimes they'll let you have a palm tree in your backyard, but not in the front yard. Now, I'm not saying that no palm trees are allowed in Arizona, so we don't want anyone to spin what I'm saying here. I'm just saying that some HOAs do want to keep it more of a desert feel. They might have natural area open space, which is NAOS, a lot of that in Scottsdale, and they might not want, say, citrus trees to be in the neighborhood. So you just have to make sure that you read those things, because some of them do have some surprises. So another one is in the 55 plus communities that we have. Some of these communities actually have control of the coach lights on the front of the home. So you don't have a switch for them. They want them to all be uniform. They all come on and they come on when the sun goes down, and they want all of the lights to be on. So it's just kind of interesting for a lot of people. They're like, wait, where's my switch to turn on my coach lights. So a lot of the HOAs do have that requirement that all of them come on at the same time. So they do have those sensors. They all turn on same time. You can't control that one. All right, last but not least is trash pickup, garbage collection here in Arizona. It varies from different areas and year built. So depending on where you are, you might have an alley behind your home where you just take your trash out into kind of a bigger dumpster, and then maybe two of your neighbors are sharing that same dumpster. Sometimes it's just one back behind there. It's your own can. It just depends. So then the garbage truck will come down that alley and pick up your garbage. Now we see that a lot more like in Tempe, parts of South Scottsdale, parts of Mesa, and then newer homes actually have where you have either your recycle and then your other trash can, and usually 2 separate days. Some cities do it where it's all one day, but just at different times. But you roll that can out and then you leave it out by the curb, and then they come and pick it up. Now in 55 plus, it's even different. So in 55 plus, they have these little foot levers, and it's out in your driveway, right next to your driveway. You step on it and it lifts up the lid and you drop your bag in. And then they will come and remove your trash for you once a week. So some of them are different. You can take the bag and you stick it right there, and then they'll empty it for you. So in some of the 55 plus, they'll actually have you leave it out for them. They'll go and grab it just right up in your driveway, or they'll grab it. So it just depends on where you are. Well, guys, that is it. Hopefully you found these items useful. So again, 12 things that you might not know about Arizona, the homes, the area. If you have any other questions though, feel free to put it in the comments, or remember, you can call or text. If you like the information that was provided, of course, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell up there. You'll be notified when we put up new videos. And again, I'm Kelley Norton, known as the AZ Realty Lady, and the Arizona Living Group here. We are happy to help you with your upcoming relocation. We hope to meet you soon. Bye-bye.